Hey, Highly Nostalgic here. Today we're going to be going over my digital Switch collection because last time I went over my physical, but then I realized I did have a bunch of other games on my digital copy. I figured we could just go through them and see what we got. Obviously, we're not going to be going through YouTube or Crunchyroll. Starting off, we got Mario Golf Super Rush. This is the most recent digital game I got because it was on quite a bit of a sale. Usually I buy the physicals, but I was really itching to play it, so I decided to grab it and go. I always loved any kind of golf game, whether it's like Hot Shot Golf, Madagascar even had I think the Madagascar game on the GameCube had a mini golf kind of game mode that I really enjoyed playing back then. Been doing a lot of the Golf Avengers. I haven't hopped into ranked because I'm not too sure if I need to upgrade my personal character or if I could just use random ones. I'm not too quick to get into the ranked matches, but it seems pretty fun. Next up, we got Nintendo Switch Sports. I bought this in the summer and I enjoyed it pretty decently because it was definitely on sale. I'm not too impressed. They were trying to go off the coattails of the Wii Sport, and they got all these collections that kind of make you want to come back. I personally don't really care about all these. I know some people like collecting them. The only games that were really fun, or like I remember playing the most, despite me liking a lot of golf games, this one, their golf's fine. Their bowling's fun. I mean, it's bowling. Basketball's a bit weird. Soccer's definitely a bit weird. This one's good. This one's a classic. Chambara is a really good one. Badminton's fine. Volleyball's okay. They're fine. This is an okay game. I definitely was worth it in the summer. I don't think I would ever buy it if it was on sale and I was active at the time, but the game's fun nonetheless. I'd pick it up on a sale, but definitely not Wii Sports or Wii Sports Resort. This is a really good party game. It's For the King. It's like a D&D style board game where you go into dungeons, you can explore. There's a lot to it. It's really fun. There's a lot of game modes you can play too. I know there's a story game mode, a bunch of different ones you could do. There's a bunch of different expansions and boards you could play on, and it's just really fun because like I don't even know if you're gonna get through it the first run because sometimes it takes a little bit to learn. Really good time. You could play with your friends. You could betray your friends. I probably wouldn't suggest doing that. The dungeons are great. The loot's funny. It's definitely not that hard to learn. The beginning can be a little slow, but once you get into it, the ball starts rolling, and it's just a great time to have. I'd highly recommend picking this one up. My cat clearly came to join this one. Of course, you got to have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch. I had a physical copy of this. I think I remember selling it. I don't know. I think I just sold it just to buy a new game. I don't really care to have a physical copy of this one, mainly because it's really good to have on your Switch. You don't have to carry your cart with it, and you can just boot it up whenever you want. It's really just good fun. When you think of a Switch game, you think of this. It's like this or Breath of the Wild. This is the Switch multiplayer game that everyone plays besides Mario Party. But of course, you have fun. You go online. You play with your team, multiplayer. The only thing I had a problem with this is that the battle game modes kind of suck. I feel like most recent Mario Kart entries have kind of forgot or like not put as much thought and effort into the battle modes, but it's still a great game. It moves perfectly fine, and yeah, at least it's not Mario Kart Tour. They do have the maps, unfortunately. I do have a Mario Kart Tour video coming up. Well, actually, it's kind of part of a video. I'm reviewing the Mario and Sonic mobile game, so that's going to be the next video that should be coming up soon. So if you're down for that, check that out. I used to play a lot of the Trials games on Xbox 360. I've always had good fun with them. Great little game you could just whip out and play with your buddies, just like if you're hanging out, like drinking beer, maybe eating pizza. The Trial Rising is pretty simple fun. The only downside about this is Ubisoft, of course, and Ubisoft likes to be live service as live service can be. Albeit very obnoxious, and it's got to load in. You got to be just like everything's online. You're connecting to servers. I haven't played this game in a while though. Like I think I booted up my brother, and everything was just behind. Like either like you had to play the game or you had to be Ubisoft Online to play. And I was just like, I just can't do all that. Like make a racer. Obviously, there's an annoying amount of online stores. Like the cat's even anxious at just me talking about Ubisoft. This makes me sad. I don't even want to think about microtransactions. Like the fact that I like own an Ubisoft game more than like 3 is a crime against myself. But yeah, Trials is fine. You unlock maps. I haven't played it as much. The cat is even wondering about what I'm playing. It's just such a Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition. I have both Ori games on digital because I mean they're just amazing. Like they're classic indie style games. It's really simple. such a calming but yet engaging combat. Like just exploring, seeing the story played out. The beginning of the story made me tear up a little bit. Like it was kind of a sad intro to the game. Amazing music, amazing gameplay. I don't know. I couldn't rave enough about this game. Of course, I had this one as well, as I said in my other one, but they kind of go hand in hand. If you haven't played any Ori game yet, do yourself a favor and please go do that. Neo, The World Ends With You. Not much I could say. One of the first games I bought digitally on the Switch. I played a lot throughout the summer. The game's just amazing. There's not much to say. Square Enix, I'll always stand by them. An excellent JRPG. Story's amazing. The graphics are really good. Music's always bumping. Got that groove tune to it. The city feels amazing. The character designs are very unique. I think COVID boosted this game. I take it back. No, the marketing was horrible on this game. This game was amazing. It's like a hidden gem because Square Enix, I don't know if it was Square Enix or some other developer publishing issue, but the marketing was just horrible on this game. Like this game just came out and no one knew about it. So when people started finding it, they were like, this is awesome. What happened? Square dropped the ball at some point, but I'm glad it picked up and came into my Switch digital collection because I definitely got to replay it because it's been quite a minute since I last played it. So Katamari Reroll, one of my personal favorite games of all time. Classic PS2 game I remember owning. When they re-released it on the Switch, I bought it immediately. I'll just be doing anything because the stages aren't that long. You can really just go through them pretty easily. Good tunes, good vibe, rolling things up, just keep getting bigger and bigger. Katamari Reroll, if you have the money and the interest, pick it up. It's worth it, trust me. Immortal Fenyx Rising. Why did I pick this up? Well, I think I picked this up because they had like the complete ultimate definitive general wisdom throwing save ultimate chaos edition. I don't know how Ubisoft names their editions anymore, but I think on the Switch site it said it was like everything combined was like 100 and something, and then they were selling it for 15. And I said, well, I like a simple deal. I see any percentage off and I'm like, anything above 50%, I'm like, sign me up. That's a hell of a deal. I remember people a lot saying this was the Breath of the Wild to play on any other kind of console because it's an Ubisoft game. Yeah, you can say what you want. I could see the Breath of the Wild claims. The game's plays fine. It plays fine on the Switch. I think it's not a bad Switch game. It definitely probably would look a lot better anywhere else, but it plays just fine. I personally love mythologies, so all this background is just stuff I will always adore. Even if the game is bad, as long as it's like not painfully bad, I'll get through it just to see the lore and the classic gods you can see and just the background. See how they tie it into the game. If it's on sale, pick it up. This is definitely one of Ubisoft, like newer Ubisoft games that isn't quite a stinker. Stardew Valley. The game that you'll play eventually, even if you say you haven't, it will sneak up on you. I know a lot of people have been playing on their PCs. Eventually got to me on the Switch. I'm a big Harvest Moon fan. Wonderful Life, Magical Melody. I grew up playing those games, so like any game with fishing, the simple cozy lifestyle, I'll play. Stardew Valley, I had my doubts at first because of how it looked, but I bought it because someone wanted to play and they played on their Switch, and I said, hey, we could do it this way. They eventually didn't even end up playing with me, but I remember soloing this game for quite some time, and I definitely had some good fond memories. It's just a good chill vibe. You got your Animal Crossings, you got your Stardew Valleys, you got your, like I said, Harvest Moons, not the recent ones. The recent ones kind of suck. This game is good. I recommend picking it up if you haven't on anything. I think is this game even on mobile yet? I feel like this game should be on mobile. Wherever you can find it, pick it up. It's worth it. The golfing games do not end here. We got Golf Story. You'll see that I have quite... I don't know what it is with golfing games. And then golfing games give me comfort. I grew up playing Hot Shot Golf with my uncle a lot. So whenever they do put a Switch on any golfing game, if they put an RPG with golfing in it, I did want to get the physical copy because I think there was a limited run edition, but those things probably go for like $80 still for just the cart, or maybe just like both. But I'll wait until the physicals go down a bit. For now, I'll deal with the digital. The game's amazing. At least this one. This isn't even a golf game. This is just a great time, great experience, great stories, great characters. If you haven't played it, pick it up. It's worth it. Come on. What are you waiting for? It was a phase mom, I swear. Just Dance on the Switch. It's not as bad as you think. I mean, obviously, what can I even say about Just Dance? I feel like anyone has played Just Dance, whether it was the Wii or the Kinect. So I figured the Switch was really good for Just Dance. And the way Just Dance works nowadays is you kind of just buy a copy. So I think I bought the 2025 version. It's just a hub. Like any Ubisoft live service, it's just a hub. It's trying to make me pay more, man. It's Ubisoft for you, trying to squeeze every little drop you got out of you. They got a lot of songs. You could buy, once you go down to a certain amount, you can end up buying old editions to get these songs, or there's music packs. What they have now is a Just Dance subscription. I did this once because for like a solid month, I was just playing this with me and my fiance's siblings. It's good fun. Instead of buying a game, you spend like $4 to unlock 200 different songs. It's lesser of Ubisoft's faults. Like, it's Just Dance. It's got that classic family nostalgic to it, so you can't like be too mad. I mainly just get pissed off whenever I see like how the HUD is and how it works. It just feels like an Ubisoft product, but once you're in there dancing, it's fine. You're having a blast. You forget about it all. Finishing up the golfing games, we got Curse to Golf. This was a really good roguelike golf game. I recently beat it, so you can choose a pin. They updated a bit. You go to the holes, you kind of just like get the area you survey. So you have cards. You have 5 shots to make it, but obviously you can use some of these cards to like add a 1 shot. You could take practice shots, change your directions, all this stuff just to get it towards the end. You were a very popular, famous golfer in the real world, but then you got zapped. You want to go back to it, so now you got to try to get out of hell, or what seemed to be hell. It's more so golf purgatory. So you got to go through all these golfing goes. It's just overall good fun. Like, again, it's a golf game at its core, but all the added elements just make it feel more. So even if you don't like golf, this is another good game to kind of hide your hatred of golf, I guess. Waste your time with it. You learn new strategies, figure out how you're going to go for new runs. This is a classic. Just a mix of roguelikes and golf, you know, like, can't get better than that. Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga on the Switch plays really good. I was always a fan of the classic Lego games. Indiana Jones was one of my favorite ones. Star Wars, I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but the Lego Star Wars, I always give props to. I bought this because this was also on a ridiculous sale. It was too hard to pass up. My fiance is a massive Star Wars nerd, so we bought this game to play. The only downside is that the HUD is ugly. The HUD on this game is absolutely ugly. The split screen's not bad. Definitely fun. Classic funny cutscenes. It's a Lego game. If you like the Lego games, you're gonna like this. Super Mario's 3D World and Bowser's Fury. This game, I think it was $35 when I bought it. Of course, I got this digital because it's on a sale. Like mostly, I feel like I should clear the record. Most of these games I buy were mostly on sale. I tend to go physical. Super Mario 3D World, obviously it's the game from the 3DS, but they decided to give us Bowser's Fury. No one asked for it, but they gave it and they delivered it. And this game was a treat. They when people said they were bringing this to the Switch, people were like, it might be a little bit lazy, Nintendo. No, they added more, and it made it feel worth it for the price tag. I'm glad they did it. Good fun, overall fun. The cat bell is probably one of the cutest things that the Mario franchise has added. Have a Nice Death. Great roguelike, amazing art style. Gameplay's like a Metroidvania. The moves are fun. The combat's really, really good. I get a lot of Hollow Knight inspired mechanics through this game. Boss fights are also a ton of fun. They're definitely challenging enough, but not too challenging. Swap out into any kind of weapons, upgrade your abilities. It's just good overall roguelike goody fun. So this is the last one I have to show, even though this one is probably the one I play the most on my Switch. And there you go. That was my Nintendo Switch digital game collection. So let me know if you enjoyed any of the games I showed. If you have, if any of them are your favorite, or if I showed you some new ones. I mean, I'm not really showing any niche ones, maybe a couple indie games that people haven't played. And if you enjoyed the video, let me know. If there's anything you want, if there's a video idea that you would want me to do, maybe if there's like a game you want me to review or go more in depth to, because I tend to try to roll through the games. I try not to slog when I'm showing collections, or even if there's like a game, like an indie game you just want me to go in depth about, let me know. And yeah, other than that, see you.